So Louisville, Kentucky is rightfully up in flames currently following the decision to charge one of the police officers involved in the botched raid that killed Breonna Taylor. The only problem with this is they decided to charge a police officer for accidentally firing into a neighbor's apartment instead of, charging the police officers that are responsible for the death of Breonna Taylor, which I agree, charge the person for accidentally firing into a neighbor's apartment, that's also terrible, but wouldn't you also want to charge the officers responsible for killing the person who had nothing to do with the reason why this raid even partook in the first place, and their only crime committed was just having the misfortune of being there during this raid, and also, especially since the person that they killed is now a huge focal point of all the civil unrest in this country, wouldn't you want to see justice brought for Breonna Taylor, just for the sake of maybe quelling the riots that have been going on in this country, maybe just a little bit? But no, they decide to fan the flames and pretty much let the officers responsible for killing Breonna Taylor off scot-free. And it pretty much sets the precedent that agents of the state can enter your home without any warning, without identifying themselves either, kill you, and then just get a slap on the wrist and be told, don't do that again, or get any other minuscule repercussion that does not make up at all for killing an innocent human being. Which is true, Breonna Taylor and her boyfriend had no criminal record whatsoever. This is a drug raid. No drugs were found in the home whatsoever. So basically, Breonna Taylor died for absolutely no reason whatsoever. A raid that shouldn't have happened at all, because again, both her and her boyfriend were innocent, and yet people want to excuse this and say, well, her boyfriend shot at the cops. He shouldn't have shot at the cops. If he didn't do that, Breonna Taylor would be alive right now. Like, does it not disturb you at all that officers just entered this fucking home? Again, without any warning whatsoever, without these people even knowing who the fuck they were. For all they knew, this could have been a home invasion, and any sane person who has weapons in the home would take out said weapon and start using that weapon against the people intruding in their property in the middle of the fucking night. Like, how hard is this to understand? You are the same people that jack off themselves constantly to the Second Amendment, always tout on about your guns, and how you would shoot any person intruding onto your property right on sight with no hesitation whatsoever, and yet when someone does exactly that, you scrutinize them. And for what? To suck up to the fucking police? Like, does it not disturb you at least a little bit, the fact that the police can break into your home in the middle of the night without identifying themselves, and then they can shoot you or someone in your family, and then get off basically scot-free? Like, does that not scare you at least a little bit? Like, anyone could be a fucking victim of this. You can be a victim of this. I can be a victim of this. And the fact that the police can do this to either you or me, and then more than likely just, I don't know, get a little slap on the wrist or just get nothing at all in repercussion, does that not fucking disturb you at least a little bit? Because it should fucking scare everyone in this country, and yet so many people are just defending the police, trying to say there was nothing wrong here. I mean, let's ignore the fact that this is a botched raid and they're going after Breonna Taylor's ex-boyfriend, and he was already in custody when this happened. No, let's ignore all that. Breonna Taylor's death can be justified because, oh my god, her current boyfriend shot at the police. Again, he didn't know there were police. People were breaking into his home, and he thought that he could have been the victim of a home invasion or some shit. But no, fuck him for defending himself and his girlfriend. She deserved to die because he decided to shoot at police. Again, not even knowing that they're fucking police, but still, he shot at police anyway, so that warrants a death sentence for either him or her. I fucking hate this country, man. Especially the conservatives, because they're always so quick to defend things that really should not be defended, yet they perform all the mental gymnastics required to make it seem like this is justified. Like, you claim to love small government, you hate big government, but yet when big government comes to your home and shoots at you and kills your girlfriend, that's justified. That's perfectly fine to these people. They cheer on and clap like seals when it happens. They love big government. They love the police, especially when the police kills minorities, because they see that Breonna Taylor and her boyfriend were black, so obviously, since they are black, they must have done something to warrant this happening, and it is justified in some way, shape, or form. Like, fuck all of you people. Fuck you all. You would think that these same exact people who, again, constantly jack themselves off to their gun collection and to the Second Amendment would use this story to stress how important it is to have something like the Second Amendment in a country, but no, they don't. And honestly, if they did do this, I would agree 110%, because if people were breaking into your home unannounced in the middle of the fucking night, I say, You have the perfect right to defend yourself because you have no fucking clue who it is behind that door. For all you know, again, it could be people trying to execute a home invasion. Yeah, I know, there were cops. You're not supposed to shoot at officers, all that good shit, but how the fuck would they possibly know? Breonna Taylor died not knowing what the fuck was going on, and plus the police weren't even supposed to be there in the fucking first place, so how would they even conceivably be able to differentiate from this being a police raid to someone trying to break into their home with malicious intent? Like, any sane person would take any weapon they have and defend their home and defend the people living in their home against someone trying to break into their home in the middle of the fucking night. Like, this is common sense to most people. To most people who are not deep-throating the boot of the state, at least. Tell me, would you not do the same exact fucking thing if you were in this exact situation? People were trying to break into your home in the middle of the night, you had no clue who the fuck they were, you have family, or at least one other person living with you that you love and care about a lot, and you take your weapon to defend both yourself and that person you really care about, and you start shooting at them because, again, you don't know who they are. For all you know, it could be someone breaking to your home to rob you or do something horrible to you or have any kind of malicious intent. But no, since Breonna Taylor and her boyfriend are black, it's fine. Perfectly fine. No problem here whatsoever. Their skin tone is darker, so they have no right to defend themselves. Too bad. I know exactly what the fuck this is. You people are racist. That's why you scramble to defend every single time a black person is either unjustly killed or just unjustly brutalized by police. You scramble to defend that. You cheer that on. You're completely fine with it. Trust me, if this is a white couple this happened to, oh god, you would be screaming to no end, jumping up and down, saying, why isn't the media talking about this? Why isn't BLM acknowledging this? See, white people are at the receiving end of this too. Like, that's supposed to be reassuring. Like, oh wow, not only black people are brutalized by the police and unjustly executed by the police. Wow, that makes me feel so much better. But yeah, anyways, rest in peace, Breonna Taylor. It is a fucking travesty that justice will probably never be served for this case, and all the people who are currently out rioting right now because of that fact are perfectly justified, because rioting for social justice will always be a good thing. Also, all cops are bastards, and systemic racism is real, and this case is one of the sea of examples that prove that it is real. And if you think otherwise, then congratulations, your head is in the sand. I already know that this video is probably going to be disliked out the ass, and it's probably going to capture the attention of a lot of right-wing trolls. I'm certainly not a stranger to that these days, so may as well add that little cherry on top to rile them up, right? Anyways, that's all I have to say. Bye-bye.